Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, I hope you guys are doing well. It is Wicked Wednesday, okay? It is August 26th. All right, guys, we're getting closer and closer to the end of the month, okay? As you guys know, there's a full moon as well happening this week, so you guys can check that out on my blog, but let's get started. I hope you guys are doing well mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all that good stuff. And as I've been saying in most of my videos over the last few days, bees and birds are very symbolic and significant at this time. So let's jump right into it, okay, you guys? Let's see, what messages you guys might need to know. All right, for today, I'm going to be using obviously my tarot deck, so I'll try to keep the video short and sweet. But if I do feel called to explain, in more details what's going on with the messages, then I'll do so. But Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time for August 26th? What do they need to know for August 26th, okay? We have 10 of Wands energy when it comes to burdens, okay? For some of you guys, when it comes to releasing any burdens or releasing any, stress, okay, stress could look different for everybody. Stress could be financial, mental, physical, okay, just depends on your situation and what you have going on. But there's something about releasing stress and letting stress go and almost just basically allowing yourself to let things just play out the way that they're supposed to, regardless of the situation or regardless of how, you may feel within that moment, right? So there is something about the 10th house, okay, Saturn in Sagittarius, when it comes to discipline and karma and, responsibilities and things like that. There could have been something that you were dealing with that was stressful, and Spirit is saying to release that stress and release that burden, okay, especially if it has nothing to do with you, okay? Especially also where it has nothing to do with you, but not only that, it's not your problem to bear, it's not your burden to fix, right? So it's almost like people coming towards the collective with their issues, and you have your own issues. And it's not to say that you don't want to help people. You like helping people, but it just comes at a cost where sometimes people purposely do things like that because they know that you're very friendly, or they know that you're very nice or helpful. So there could have been something that you released, right, when it comes to releasing burdens, whether that burden was stress or just you going through certain dynamics with people that 2, 3, 4 on the timer that were forcing it, on your energy. So that could be significant. Okay, for some of you guys, we have the Queen of Pentacles with the number 13, so Virgo energy. Again, there's something about, like I said, you guys are very generous, you're caring, you're nurturing. Some of you may be homebodies, for example, but there's just something about your abundance and you being a natural leader and a caregiver. For some of you, that's why I'm saying that a lot of times people put their burdens and stresses onto you because they feel that you have this natural grounded energy that they feel like they can come to you about every and anything. And sometimes you wish that people would just maybe just ask you how you're doing. You know what I mean? Like sometimes asking you, how are you? How's everything with your mental health? How are you feeling? How's your day? Even if people are not giving you material or money, it's just that emotional support could be significant. 1 and 3 equals 4. So like I said, this could be like a structure, a foundation that you guys are trying to build. But there's just something about you being abundant when it comes to the care that you do provide. For some of you guys, 6 of Swords energy, you guys are moving on. So like I said, when it comes to releasing burdens, right, with the 6th house, Mercury in Aquarius, some of you guys are very progressive. So say, for example, like I said, you guys are removing yourself from certain dynamics or situations that no longer serve you. That is very significant. And so because you guys are moving on with the 6 of Swords, it's like you guys are moving on with ease and grace. You guys are leaving behind, like I said, what no longer serves you, what no longer gives you, the energy that you need. Like if it's low vibrational, you're not going to stay in it, okay? If it's high vibrational, you will stay in it. Obviously you want to be around people that help you learn and grow and be able to express yourself and not feel like you're being judged, okay? Like sometimes you may want to talk about certain things that's happening around the world or life, and you may be around people who they just don't care, okay? They don't care, they're in their own world. They would rather talk about their own problems, but it's like a little bit of a 50-50 or give or take, where it's like, yeah, we have our own problems, but it doesn't hurt to also talk about other things that are going on around us, right? Because it's not just us, there's other people as well. So there's this energy where some of you guys, like I said, you guys are leaving the past behind, with the number 15 and also the devil. This talks about releasing chains as well. For some of you guys, what this releasing this chain, this could be ancestral, this could be family, this could be, you know, about material and things like that. But there is something about, you know, obsession or, you know, limitations and oppression. Releasing oppression could be significant. So if it comes to like certain people, like, you know, a job or maybe like an authority figure or just an environment where people feel like they hold power over you, right, because of, you know, what they have or what they think they can give you, that's also significant too. It's like you can't control somebody. I mean, you can, unfortunately, some people, you know, mentally are not strong enough, and I'm not judging, but it does happen where people sometimes are not mentally strong enough to realize that just because someone has a lot of money or a lot of power doesn't mean that you have to do exactly what they say. It also comes off as fear as well, where, you know, say it is a job, right? And, you know, somebody tells you to do something you don't want to do. It's almost like, well, I guess I have to do it to keep my job. Some of you are like, no, I'm not doing it to keep my job. If you need me to do this to keep my job, or if you need me to do this to be friends with me, you know, I'm not going to do it, right? So that's also significant, right? But anyways, I'm just going to keep going. But that definitely could be the case with, you know, a lot of you guys when it comes to this energy where it's like dealing with people who feel like because they have more money or they have more material or they have more education or more this or more that, it's like they feel like they can treat people however they want, but they can't. Okay, we have the Hierophant, so throat chakra energy. Some of you guys could be learning new things, or, you know, teaching is significant, but there's something about, you know, education, knowledge, your beliefs. Okay, spirituality could be one of them for some of you guys, but also when it comes to traditions, it's like maybe you guys are not following certain traditions when it comes to like family. Maybe you guys are learning to, you know, start your own tradition. So say, for example, your family forced you to go to church, okay, when you were a kid or when you were younger, and as you got older you realize, you know, not everybody's like this, but some people who, you know, decode or deconstruct religion, you realize that I don't need to go to church to be favored. I can pray in the confinement of my home. I can do my spiritual routines, rituals, whatever it is. And if people don't respect me for being who I am as an individual, because you guys know I always talk about, I don't care about religion when it comes to things like that. Are you a good person or a bad person? You could be super religious and still be the most evilest person in the world. Okay, so definitely take what resonates with that. Like I said, you know, throat chakra energy, you speaking up about certain matters, or you speaking up in general and showing up for people who say they can't speak up for themselves. You're like the voice, basically. You're the voice that a lot of people have been wanting to hear, or, you know, maybe you're sharing certain things about yourself to people, you know, whether this is in public or, you know, a stranger or someone that you just meet for the first time. It's like you're able to be vulnerable and be free and share certain things with people that allow people to connect with you on a very deep level. And so sometimes in life, people may think that, you know, you're doing this on purpose. A fly came in my car. You're doing this on purpose because it's like you're looking for validation or popularity, but you're not. You're being your authentic self, and you're showing people like, hey, I've been through this, I've gone through that, look at me now, I'm in a better place, not to show off or gloat. Oh, that was a pretty bird. I just seen a yellow, like a yellow gray bird. That's really pretty. But like I said, birds are symbolic as well, right? But it's like, you know, showing people that you've been there and done that. Look where you are now, and, you know, you're still okay mentally, physically, and emotionally. You may have your good days and bad days, but that still doesn't mean that you don't have the strength to persevere, basically, and to move on. Like I see a ground dove. There's like a little water puddle where I am, and it's like they're fighting for the water. But we have Six of Wands energy when it comes to success. Okay, Jupiter in Leo. Some of you may have Jupiter in Leo in the 6th house. You don't have to, but there's just something about luck and, you know, abundance and expansions changing with Leo energy, because it's almost like the more that you show up for yourself, the more that you receive, you know, within this energy. So again, some of you guys could be getting recognition for, you know, what it is that you do, how you show up for yourself and other people. And, you know, that could be really significant for a lot of people in your energy at this time currently. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get one more card here and see what else shows up. I don't know if that little bird's gone, but that was a really pretty bird. Like really pretty. It's like it has, I don't know the name of certain birds. I should learn, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know. But it was like a yellow belly and kind of like a grayish black and white type of wing. So I don't know if it's like, I don't know what kind of bird that is, but maybe you guys could see certain birds, or like maybe you've seen certain birds like out in public or just in nature that maybe you're like learning on or learning about. But there's something about being in nature. Okay, yeah, we have the Judgment card with the number 20. So Pluto energy, there's something about you going through an awakening, and I've been saying this over the last few days as well, but this awakening that you're going through is allowing you to step into your purpose. Okay, there's something about somebody, whether this is source judging or you judging or people judging, it's almost like you're receiving recognition for your purpose because people know that you have a higher calling. Even if you don't know you have a higher calling, there's something about you having a higher calling and stepping into that calling. Okay, with crown chakra energy, you have an inner knowing that you're supposed to step into your purpose and allow yourself to grow. Okay, and that could be significant. So anyways, we have the Four of Wands. I did mention fours when it comes to stability as well and foundations. So yeah, there's something about you going into a newer, energy of community and home, and feeling like you belong with a new community and home, being able to celebrate new things, right? And also when it comes to temperance as well at the bottom, it's like this new energy that you guys are stepping into. It's bringing in a lot of balance, King of Swords energy as well. So again, there's something about you being very disciplined when it comes to your integrity and your morals, right? And then we also have the Chariot, which talks about movement. So it's like there's something about your energy when it comes to your success. You're very determined. It's like you're not a lazy person, whoever this is. And I've been saying that in the last few days, that whoever the collective is, resonating with this message, you're not a lazy person. You're somebody who is very determined, whether you're working, you're not working, you have kids or no kids, it doesn't matter. You will find a way to, step into your hobbies, your goals, and your dreams, and basically allow yourself to flourish in those things. So whether people like it or not, that's too bad. As long as you love it, that's all that matters. And it's not like you're hurting anybody. You're helping people grow. You're teaching people that it's okay to be open. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to go through what you go through, and it's okay to still, be open with other people, whether people, want to be open with you or not. That's just your personality. That's just how you are. Okay, but I'm going to end it here, all right? Take what resonates with you guys, and I hope you guys, enjoyed the message or the video, and I will see you guys in the next reading. All right, guys, I love you so much. Bye, y'all.